So hello everyone, today we will do exercise of fractions of class 7. This is episode 4 of fractions and in this we will study comparing fractions like exercise of fractions. We have studied comparing fraction, ascending, descending order, addition and subtraction, and now it's time to test ourselves using the help of uh, exercise. Okay, we will solve questions based on this. And if you have not watched the previous episodes, then you must watch. And this episode is this episode is available in Hindi and English, both the languages. You can watch in any language, whatever feels you more comfortable to understand. And Hindi version will be uploaded on the channel very soon. And if you are watching this in future, then you must check out in the description box. Hindi version will be there. The link of Hindi video will be there. Okay, the description will be edited. So now, we if you have watched the previous episode, then you know why we are what we are going to access based. What we have done in the last episodes. Okay, we have just studied like the demo. Okay, the study. What study means? We have done that. Understanding the content, the concept. To understand the concept, we have done definitions, some quizzes also to understand the steps, and many things like the demo, perfectly the demo to before we solve exercise, because you cannot directly solve the exercise in all in books also. It's like exercise is there, but before exercise there is examples, rules, properties also, and steps to solve those questions. And if we are not clear with those steps, we are not clear with the rules and properties, then we will not be able to solve the exercise. So the same logic we will apply in our math series also. And now we have covered the demo. I've taught like step by step what are the rules to be applied, the properties to be applied in the questions, how to solve those questions with baby steps and with a detailed explanation. So I hope if you have watched that video, then you can easily solve this exercise. These are very easy questions, and if you have watched the demo, watch the episode in which we have understand the concept, and now we are testing ourselves to by solving this exercise. If you are able to solve this exercise, then that is very good. If you made a mistake in any of the question, then uh, you must first of all pause the video and try to solve. If you're not able to solve, then watch the video, watch how I'm explaining. I will explain the question also side by side. I will not just give you the solution, write the solution. I will explain you because this is exercise. This is not a test. Okay, so let's start with the exercise. So the first question is compare the fractions, and these all questions I have taken from R.S. Agarwal book because that is a very nice book and it is of ICSE. I have that book, and will trust me that if you can solve R.S. Agarwal book, then you can solve any math book. Okay, so that is why I've taken R.S. Agarwal book. And not all questions I've taken, just if from one question I've taken 2 3 parts only. If the question has 10 parts, I've just taken 5 parts, like this. Okay, and word problems also I've taken just 2 3, but there are many word problems, and those word problems that I have not taken, they are also very interesting and very important. So I will provide you R.S. Agarwal series also if you want. Right? I will get to a different R.S. Agarwal series in which we the R.S. Agarwal solutions with explanation. So that if you have R.S. Agarwal book and you are not able to solve a question from that, you can watch my video and solve. Okay. So if you want R.S. Agarwal solutions, I will provide you them of all questions. Okay. And they will help you in the math series also. We are not solving much questions in exercise, so you can get more question in R.S. Agarwal series also. You can try finding out more questions from R.S. Agarwal series also, because it's not possible to take all the questions because there are many questions. The video will get so long. That is why. So now let's move on to the question. Let's move on to the video now. So the first question, if we have to compare the fractions, and here we have to compare two fractions, and we know how to compare two fractions if you have watched the previous episode. The second episode was of this on based on this only. There we have studied how to compare two fractions and more than two fractions, whether they are like or unlike. If they are like fractions, then we simply compare the numerators, but here they are unlike. So what we will do, we will follow the cross multiplication method. Just a second. Hmm. But that is not important to use cross multiplication method only, but this is the easiest method, that is why we are using this. To compare fractions, we have two method, that is LCM and cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method is more followed because LCM method is very lengthy and cross multiplication is literally half of it. Okay, that is why you use cross multiplication method to compare fractions. Alright, so now let's start solving. And one thing, if you have noticed that these whatever we have questions, they are not reducible, they are in the simplest form. Okay. Mm, because if we will reduce this, then we can easily find then first we need to reduce and then we need to find and then we need to compare. So they are simple in the simplest form. So cross multiplication method I have teached you, and there is one confusion in cross multiplication method. Whenever you like, many people have faced this confusion. Like some people uh, get in trouble with this confusion. So I am going to clear this confusion I've created in the last, in the second episode also. Uh, the confusion I have taught, I taught in very detail how to erase that confusion. And what is that confusion? Let me tell you first. Suppose you have here, let me tell you here, 5 upon 8 and 7 upon 12. We have to do this with cross multiplication. We will do like this: 5 and sorry 5 into 12, and then we will write, and what people do, they write 8 into 7. This thing at this thing creates confusion. Okay, इसी की वजह से confusion होता है. And why that confusion gets created? Because when you solve this, what you will get? You will get 60 here, and you will get 56 here. Okay, and then you have to compare them. But how? Uh, sorry, we will compare this, and this is greater. Okay, uh, okay, this one is greater. But what if this would be greater? अगर यहाँ पे इसका रिवर्स कर दे हम, अगर हम 7 इधर हो जाता है और 5 इधर हो जाता तो ये वाला बड़ा आता, राइट? अगर ये बड़ा हो जाता, what if 56 would be greater? Okay, I'm just giving an example. Okay, don't think I'm explaining that 60 is small and 56 is greater. No, I'm just giving the just in imagination and an example to understand that if this would be greater, what if this would be greater? तो क्या होता? We will see that this bigger one, if अगर वो इस साइड होता तो हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि that this is obtained from 8 into 7, राइट? चलो इधर कभी वो कंफ्यूजन इधर नहीं होता, लेकिन इधर थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है क्योंकि इधर से भी थोड़ा ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन होता है. Okay, so I'll going to create that my erase that confusion. Okay, here we are multiplying 8 into 7. Okay, suppose अच्छा इसी का एग्जाम्पल ले लो. ठीक है, 5 into 12. तो अब आप कैसे बता सकते हो कि 5 upon 8 बड़ा है या 12 upon 7 upon 12 बड़ा है? क्योंकि 5 को तो हम 12 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर ही रहे ना, 12 तो इसके साथ भी है, तो 12 का भी तो कोई क्रेडिट जाता है ना? तो अकेला 5 कैसे ग्रेटर हो सकता है? क्योंकि हम तो उसको 12 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करें ना, हम तो उसको दूसरे के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करें, दूसरे नंबर के साथ, तो वो वाला भी तो बड़ा होना चाहिए. तो वो चीज़ का कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है कि अब ये बड़ा है या ये बड़ा है, क्योंकि इसका न्यूमरेटर है और इसका डिनोमिनेटर है, दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तो वो चीज़ कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करती है. सो आई एम गोइंग टू इरेज दैट कंफ्यूजन. अगर सपोज अगर ये बड़ा होता, सो 8 into 7 7 मिलता है, एंड 8 into 7 अगेन दिस डिनोमिनेटर एंड दैट न्यूमरेटर, इसको हम मल्टीप्लाई करें तो कौन सा बड़ा होगा? अब इधर इसको भी हम 7 तो इसका है और 8 इसका, लेकिन हम मल्टीप्लाई तो दोनों को कर रहे हैं ना, दैट क्रिएट्स कंफ्यूजन. अब कौन सा बड़ा होगा, तो वो चीज़ कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करती है. एंड टू इरेज दैट कंफ्यूजन आई एक्सप्लेन यू दैट यू कैन इमेजिन the numerators as main. You can assume the numerators as main. ओके अगर आप न्यूमरेटर्स को मेन में एज्यूम करते हो तो आपको बहुत इजी हो जाएगा और ये आपको कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगी. ठीक है. 5.8 एंड 7/12 मतलब काफ़ी लोग ये पहले से ही करते हैं. ठीक है. कुछ लोग मतलब न्यूमरेटर्स को मेन एज्यूम नहीं करते लेकिन तब भी उनको ये पता होता है कि एक रट रट लेते हैं लोग कि दिस दिस इफ दिस साइड इज ग्रेटर देन दिस इज ग्रेटर if this side uh, the product of this side is greater than this one is greater, that is the thing that people do rectification in this. But we are not going to do the rectification. I'm going to uh, tell you that you can assume the numerators. Okay, don't make a rectification. That is not good. You have to assume the numerators as main. ठीक है. जैसे अगर 5/8 है और 7/12 है तो इसका मेन है 5 और इसका मेन है 7. ये हमने assume किया. We are just imagining this. Okay, you don't have to circle them. You don't have to do them like this. You just have to assume them in your imagination, in your mind. Okay, it's like 5 into 12 we have written. Now instead of writing 8 into 7, here you have to write 7 into 8 because इधर तो 5 ऑलरेडी फर्स्ट में है. ठीक है. और इधर भी है लेकिन 7 और ये इधर अपोजिट है तो इधर हम इनको अपोजिट कर देंगे. जैसे 7 into 8 करेंगे बिकॉज वी हैव assumed 7 as the main. ठीक है. whatever we are assuming in this as main, you have to write that in the first place. Okay, you have to write that in the first place. uh, all right, and then you will get the product 60 and 56. Which one is greater? This one is greater. And from what bit did we obtain 60? People want to, if 60 is greater than this one, if 60 is in the left hand side, so which number is, which fraction is in the left hand side? 5.8, so this is the greater, but that is, you should not do that. Just apply this logic, what I'm telling you. Okay, 60 is obtained from 5/12, right? And what is the main in 5/12? The main is 5, right? 5 is main over here. And from what did we obtain this 5? We obtained this 5 from 5/8. So it is a clear, so I mean a clear result that 5/8 is greater than 7/12. I hope you have understood this. And the second part I'm not going to explain in such a detail with such a labeling and all. No, we will just directly solve this and a little bit of explanation. Okay, because we, if what is the इसका फायदा ही क्या है? What is the advantage of this? If, of the, what is the advantage of making the demo episode like in which हमने rules वगैरह सब सीखा है, सब step by step उसको सीखा है कैसे solve करते हैं और अब हम exercise करें तो उस चीज़ का फायदा क्या है अगर हम सब कुछ exercise में ही कर दें तो पुराने एपिसोड में हमने ऑलरेडी सीख रखा है तो इसमें मैंने बस आपको एक ही पार्ट करके ऐसे दिखाऊंगी. ठीक है. बाकी हम ऐसे ही अब डायरेक्टली करेंगे. ठीक. आई होप आपको ये समझ आ गया. अगर समझ नहीं आया तो एक और एग्जाम्पल के साथ मतलब पुराना डेमो देखो उसमें मैंने आपको एक आध एग्जाम्पल्स और दिखाए हैं. आई हैव गिवन यू मोर एग्जाम्पल्स. Okay, and sorry I have spoken little bit of Hindi in between so that you can understand. Okay, now let's move to the second part. 11/12 and just a minute, just a second. Fifteen upon 16 cross multiply. Okay, now 11 into 16 and 15 into 12. You will not write 12 into 15. That will get create, it will create the confusion. Okay, you have to apply that logic that we have to assume the numbers as, I mean sorry, the numerators as main. All right. If you assume the numerators as main, so it will help you to not get confused in cross multiplication. Okay. Is you have to assume the first number as main. ठीक है. I hope you are trying to understand. Okay. हेयर ऑल्सो ऐसा है जैसे हम 11 और 16 है तो हम इसको इसके न्यूमरेटर्स के साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, हमने सिंपली अपने दिमाग को कहा कि हमने ना न्यूमरेटर्स को वी हैव टू अज्यूम मेन. So if we are assuming the one thing as main, okay, just अगर हम इसका 11, if you if you imagine that or assume that 16 is main here, okay, 15 upon 16 में if 16 we are assuming main and 12 we are assuming main, so what will happen that here you have to write 12 into 15. Okay, the main number will come at the first place. Okay, ये ऐसा आपको कोशिश करनी है अंडरस्टैंड कर इसको. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस लॉजिक. Okay, if you assume something as main, that will not create that confusion. Okay, so now simply we have to now solve this. So I'm just simply solving them in the calculator because I don't want to uh, इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं करना है, that is why. So it will come 176 in this first one, 176, and then 15 into 12 will be 180. Which one is greater? This one is greater. 180 is obtained from 15 into 12. And what is main in 15 into 12? The main that we have assumed is 15. And what did we obtain 15? We obtained this 15 from 15 upon 16. That is why 15 upon 16 is greater. Okay, don't do that rectification that if right hand side will be greater, so the right hand side fraction will be greater. इस चीज को रटो मत. You should apply the logic. Okay, so the clear results that 11 upon 12 is smaller than 15 upon 16. Sorry, smaller this side is. Okay, and if someone says you, sorry, if the question says you to find the difference also, like which one is greater by how much, if that type of question comes, then simply subtract the bigger value from the smaller value. That is 180 minus 176 will be 4. That means 180 is greater than 176 by 4. Okay, now let's quickly move to the next question. Okay, the video is already 17 minutes, I mean almost 18 minutes long. So let's do this quickly, and here we will follow the LCM method. Sorry, let's just see. LCM method we will apply. So first of all, find the LCM of this. LCM of these numbers. Okay, and I hope everybody knows how to find LCM because this is class 7 topic, and LCM is a basic thing. This is we are learning since class 3rd, so I'm not going to explain LCM. And one thing you should take care that you should always find the LCM with the uh, prime numbers, the smallest prime number. We should always start with 2. If the numbers are not divisible by 2, then uh, what you should do is simply move towards the next prime number, but make sure to use prime numbers only. This is now uh, if 3 and 9 are there, so 2 says not divisible, so we will divide them with 3. Okay, and suppose if some number is not divisible by 3, then move towards 7. Okay. Mm, because we always use prime numbers in LCM. This is a basic thing. Okay, so we have obtained the LCM. 2 to the 4, 4 3 is a 12, and 12 3 is a 36. The LCM is 36. Alright. And you have to do this question as your homework. Okay. Do this as your homework and let me know in the comment box that what is the answer. I mean, ascending order mein you have to arrange them in the comment section. Okay, and also this in you will not be able to write in this type using the keyboard. the mobile's keyboard or the laptop's keyboard, PC's keyboard. So you write like this, whatever is greater. Okay. If this is ascending order, so agar this is like this is if it is greater, then you will write like this. Okay, I want to see that how many of you got it correct, and I will uh, pin the correct answer. Okay. Okay, let me erase this first. Okay, so now let us start solving this. Okay, you have to take the first number 3, that is 3 upon 4 into upon 36. We know that this is the format of equivalent method. ठीक है, LCM वाला मेथड तो है, LCM पहले लेते हैं उसको, फिर then we use the equivalent method, right? And this is the same method that is used for addition of not improper, addition of unlike fractions also. Okay, and this, if you don't know about the equivalent method, then watch the first video. In that I have explained all the types of fractions. Okay, the like 3.4 is a vulgar fraction and a proper fraction also. Okay, so but what if we have a series of fractions like 3.4, 5.6, 9, 7.9? So what is the type of the series? So this is a type of unlike fraction because the denominators are unlike, these are not same denominators. Okay, so if you are not clear with the equivalent fraction, the equivalent method, if you don't know about this, then watch the first episode. In that I will explain equivalent method in detail and the logic behind the equivalent method. Again, we have to divide this 4 by 36. I mean 36 by 4. Okay, when you will reduce this, you are going to get 9 because 4 9s are 36. And you have to अब जब हम इसको divide करते हैं, when you divide this, what are you obtaining? You are obtaining 9. Okay, 4 into 9 is 36. Then you have to multiply that same number with the numerator also. That is 9 3s are 27. Okay, and if you're facing trouble in understanding in English, if you're not able to understand in English, then watch the Hindi version also. I mean Hindi version. That will help you to understand it better. Okay, this is what we have obtained. And don't dare to reduce them. Because if you will reduce them, you are going to get 3 upon 4. विश्वास नहीं होता तो करके देख लो. 27 upon 36. You will simply get 3 upon 4. So there is no use of reducing them. Okay, that is why the name suggests equivalent, because 3 upon 4 and 27 upon 36 is equal to each other. Okay, I mean 27 upon 36 is equal to 3 upon 4. That means they both are having the same values, because अगर आप इसको reduce करके you will get the same thing. Okay, अगर आप एक ही किसी नंबर को सेम नंबर से, न्यूमरेटर को भी डिनोमिनेटर को भी सेम नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई करते हो, सो व्हाट यू विल गेट इज, आपको जो मिलता है that is equal to the simplest form. Okay, 3.4 is the simplest form, so ये आपको जो मिल रहा है that is equal to 3.4 only. This I have explained in very detail. Okay, the full logic, so watch the first episode. Okay, so sorry, now let's move towards the second one. Okay, the video is already very long, so we will quickly solve all these questions. I've already explained how to solve these questions, so I'm not going to explain very much. Okay, next part now. Now 30.36 is also equal to 5.6. If you will reduce them, you will get the same. Okay, now 7 upon 9. The same number over here. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. The same number will multiply with the numerator also. 7 4s are 28. And want to reduce them. And now the last, that is 11 upon 12. Now 36 divided by 12 is 3. So this number will be 30. Sorry, yes, 33. Alright, so now we have obtained these numbers. So 27 upon 36. Okay, now which one? Now arrange them ascending order. So this one is the smallest. It is clearly visible that 27 upon 36 is the smallest. Now which one is second smaller? That is 28 upon 36. Next one is 30 upon 36. And lastly 33 upon 36. 33 upon 36 is the greatest among these all. Okay, now if you will reduce them, then you are going to get these same values. That is why we use the equivalent method, because these things are equal to this only. Okay, just we make the denominator same so that we can easily compare. Okay, now we can easily compare them, right? Because the denominators are same. So this 27 upon 36 is equal to what? This is equal to 3.4. Okay, 27 upon 36 we obtained from 3.4. Okay, so if you will reduce, you will get 3 upon 4. That means 3 upon 4 is the smallest among these all. And then the next smaller 7 upon 9. Because this 28 upon 36 will reduce, you will get 7 upon 9. And then 5.6. And then 33 upon 36. Sorry, not 33 upon 36. That's 11 upon 12. Okay, make sure that you are writing in the simplest form. Alright, this is the homework question for you all now, as this video is already 10 minutes long. Sorry, not 10 minutes, 30 minutes long. So I don't want to make the video too lengthy. Okay, I don't want to make the video too lengthy. So only this much is enough for today. The next part will be available on the channel very soon. And the description will be edited and the second part will be there if you have, if you are watching this in future. Okay, so thank you for watching. I know that we have just covered two questions, but these two questions were very important and they required a lot of explanation. That is why it took 30 minutes. Sorry for that we got only two questions in 30 minutes, but uh, we will slowly cover them because understanding is very important. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like the video if this video was helpful for you and help in your studies. And if you find my videos interesting with and helpful also, then you must subscribe the channel and turn on the bell notification option so that you can get updated of the new videos. Okay, don't miss any video, and also share the video so that everybody can get helped. Everybody can help in the studies. Okay.